October 9, 2010. Now, we don't have the old class numbers, but it's the first session, 2:30 to 4 p.m., the Vyakaranam Vibhaga. So let's start with again, October 9, 2010. By the way, happy Navaratri to all of you. Navaratri started. Listen to the Devi Mahatmyam, Chandi Patha, a lot of good prayogas, a lot of good Vyakaranam. So after, just like Gita, Devi Mahatmyam also has 700 verses. So if you get a chance to go to a temple or chant on your own, very good text. Same level of Vyakaranam as Gita, roughly speaking. More feminine terms in there. Different kind of practice. Maybe, Ravi, we can post some examples from Devi Mahatmyam, maybe next 9 days, Ravi and Kartik. So we'll do that. Okay. So let's start with the Mahasha Sutrani. Ayun, Rulruk, Aong, Ai Ouch, Ayavarat, Gan, Nyamanga, Nam, Javain, Gadadash, Jabagadash, Kapa cha 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 tal, Kapai, Shashasal, Hal. One comment last week was that we are going a little bit too fast. We are going a little bit fast because the trade-off for us is that if you want to finish Vyakaranam, at least, Prarambhika Shiksha, within, 6 years, maybe 5, 6 years, that's a good goal for us to have. For that, we have to go at this pace. Otherwise, we're looking at, 10, 15 years. I think that's too far along the horizon. Again, all the classes are recorded, number one. So you can listen to recordings anytime. And you can also get examples every day. That's what, thanks to Ravi, Kartik, and Radha, and other people. So we can be able to go a little bit faster. Yes, we are going a little bit fast, but that is the pace that we need to go in order to at least finish basic Vyakaranam, over maybe like a 6-year horizon, roughly speaking. Okay, so let's start with the Prajapadikam Stri we looked at in the last class itself, the Prajapadikam Stri. We also saw why Stri is unique. The Prajapadikam Stri is unique. There was a question already posted. So it is unique because, there are rules which apply only to the Prajapadikam Stri. So the moment any Vishesha Vidhanam is done in the Sutram, you can immediately know this is a special Shabda. This is a unique word. So the rules that we're looking at here is we looked at in 1.4, where we looked at this Nadi Sanya, etc. There's a sutram which says, Niyang Uvang Sthana Vastri, Na Yang Uvang Sthana Vastri. What that means is that any Prajapadikam which actually takes the Yang or the Uvanga Deshaha in the process of its declension, that loses the Nadi Sanya. Nadi Sanya is immediately lost when, the Yang or Uvanga Desha comes. But it says Astri. So, Stri Shabdasya Nadi Sanya Bhavati Eva. Stri will always keep the Nadi Sanya. So that's the one basic property of the Stri Shabdaha. I think we put it in the class, put it in the document last time, is that Stri gets the Yanga Deshaha and also retains the Nadi Sanya. And that is as a result of the Sutram in 1.4, Sutram 144, which is there. So that is so that's the first place that gives this a special character. And the other thing is that we saw these two rules in 6.4, which do some special karyam for Stri, and those being 6.479, 6.480, which we saw. And we'll take a look at them again. This is a good thing about doing the Prakriya the Paninian way. You don't have to memorize the Stri Shabda at all. You only know the special operations which take place. Then you can crank out the whole declension on your own without memorizing. So Sutra Striyaha, and which is 6.479, and Vam Shasoho. Va Am Shasoho. Now, what they're saying is that anuvritti of this Iyang is coming down from 6.477. This Yor Iyang Uvangao, that anuvritti is coming down. So what it means is that Ajado Pratyaya Pare, it's all in the sutra document that you have. Ajado Pratyaya Pare, when you have an Ajad Pratyaya following, then the Dirgha Ikara of Stri will take an Iyang Adesha. Of course, in Iyang, the ending Nga is an It by Halantyam, and the Akara is an It by Upadesh Ajjananasika It. So only I, Ya So Anubandha Lope Iya, which is just what we saw last time, which is over here. So it's continuing from there. Here it is. Okay. Stri iti etasya ajado pratyaya parataha yangadesho bhavati. How do we get ajado pratyaya parataha? For the fact that we are in the angasya adhikaraha. Even the anuvritti only of achi is coming down, because anga is only relative to the pratyaha. Because the sutram there is yasmat pratyaya vidhi tadadi pratyaya angam. So you can just refresh your memory over there. So yasmat pratyaya vidhi. That's 1.4.13. When you say angam, means that angam is relative sanya is relative to the pratyaya. So that's how you got ajado pratyaya pare. Okay, those are two basic rules. Now the so the iyang uvanga anuvritti is coming down from 6.4.77. That's all we need to decline Sri Shabda really. Is the iyang adesha is done. Sri sanya is akshunya Sri sanya, which is always there, and also the vam shasoho is when the pratyaya follows, or the shas pratyaya follows, vikalpena iyang adesha. Okay, anyatha nadivat, become like nadi. So we were doing the and you already received many examples on this, so I think this all is known to you. So when we do the stri plus when we jutiya ekavachanam, so when we iyang adesha abhava pakshe, no iyang adesha, then we only have to do ami purvaha. So we nadivat karya, nothing special, ami purvaha, pura paryoho, ekadeshaha is pura rupam, so it becomes stream. We do the iyang adeshaha in place of the long e becomes iya. Now one more thing that we mentioned last class already is any adesha that you have. So when doing any substitution, always check the rules 152 to 55, which 52 is the default rule which says alone tesya. So when doing any substitution, this is a general rule which is called adeshaha. We have to check, or I guess you have to do it according to apply. Do according to 152 to 55. And the very first sutram there is saying alone tesya. Alone tesya. Let's go there for 1 second. So any adesha for the rest of your life, when you have to do any adesha, immediately check 1152, 1155. What's called paribhasha sutrani. Paribhasha means doesn't do any vidhi on its own. It just tells you, it's like the operations manual. It tells you how to apply other, vidhi sutrani. It's just like a guidelines, if you can call them, guidelines. So that should be like a very good habit for us to follow when doing any adesha. So alon tyasya, nyachya, adef parasya, and anekachis sarvasya. Alon tyasya is the default rule which says that a substitution only substitutes the last letter of the term being substituted. That's 1152. 1155 says anekal shit sarvasya. If you have an adesha, it's anekal, which is more than one letter. Sarvasya sthaninaha. So it comes in place of the entire sthani. That is what it is saying. Look at the vritti of 155. By the way, I think I mentioned in the class before. What we're using this class, the vrittis and the kashika, is all thanks to Shri Ajit Krishnan from Seattle. He has done a lot of work on this, so we are grateful to him. So it says that Shashti Nidishtasya Yuchate Adeshaha Antasya Ala Sthane, that's 1152. So Antasya Ala Sthane Bhavati, so Veditavyaha comes in the place of the ending letter. But then 1155 says, numbering is different here from the numbering that we are following. Anekalya Yaha Adeshaha Shitya, if it has more than one letter, or if it has this Talavya Shakar as a marker, Sarvasya Shashti Nidishtasya Sthani Bhavati. It replaces the entire thing. So that's what would happen to us, because the Adesha here is And again, one more reminder, as usual, is that to decide what is anekal, what is, ekal, ekach, ajadi, haladi, always remove the 8 letters first. They are only tags. They're only markers. They don't count towards any of these properties. So letter properties. So now what we have is we have the adesha iya. That is a anekal adesha. So anekal chid sarvasya iti sutram prapyate. That sutram would have applied. But then now we know why Panini has put the ka ka ga ga nga as a marker in the adesha. Because of nitya. See, nitya adesha. So anekalapi alone just sthane bhavati. So adesha is which has the ka varga panchama as a nit letter. Even if it's anekal, it comes only the place of the ending letter. So that's what we are using that we got the word striyam 6480, and here I'll put the 1153 nitya paribhasha which we have used. So this was the dvitiya ekvachanam. Again, the vikalpa was done by vam shasoho. So by the purvena sutrena iyang adesha nityam praptaha anena sutrena vikalpaha kriyate, which is made optional. So now let's move on. So that when we do the dvivachanam, is nitya iyang adesha, nothing special. When we do, it will be the same thing as we did last time with the prathama dvivachanam. We have 3 plus au equals 3au, 6, 4, 59. In the same way, there's nothing special, as I mentioned to you many times, is that the prathama dvivachanam and dvitiya dvivachanam will have the same form. Only thing, once in a while, you may have, an extra form, vaikalpikam rupam for the dvitiya dvivachanam. But right now, there's only the same form will be striyau, and using the same thing we did last time, which is the yanga adesha by 6479. When you look at the pratyaya shas, this is the second place where vikalpa is vikalpaha vihitaha. So vam shasoho iti sutrena. Second place. So here also we will have 2 forms. We will do stri. Padipadikam is we have the stri as yangam plus the pratyaya shas. And now when we do the nadi like karyam, we will first of all we have to remove the talavya as a nit by the shakwata jite. Then antya sakarasya itsanya na bhavati na vivakto tusmaha is sutrena itsanya nishedha. Itsanya nishedha bhavati. So it is stopped by that. So we get anubandha lope. That's one of the first thing we should do anubandha lopaha, and we get us. So what we use is the shakwata jite, and we also used the na vivakto tusmaha. Used. And now by this, just as we had in the dvitiya ekvachanam, same thing in the dvitiya bahuvachanam, we're going to have 2 forms. We're going to have strihi, nadi-like form, and we're going to have the form striyaha, the iyang adesha. When we do strihi, then we have, so what sutram de kartik in strihi when we do
prathamayoh purva savarnaha?
Purva savarnaha. So there, so first we would have looked at iko and a chi. Okay. Then comes prathamayoh purva savarnaha. Prathamayoh purva savarnaha is only start by, look very quickly, let's go to that section in Ashtadhyayi. When you are in the prathama dvitiya vibhakti, always check these sutras, which is, and if you have an ajadi pratyaha, then look at prathamayoh purva savarnaha should always be sada smartavyam idam sutram prathamayam dvitiyayam cha. So 61102 says prathamo purva savarnaha. If you have an up, we can look at vritti also quickly. 61102. See what the vritti says. 61102 saying there is we are in the pura paryoha ekadesha. That's where we are. If you go 61102, let me just quickly search for that. 61102. Okay. Prathama purva savarnaha. There it is. I hope you're using all these tools available to you. They're very, very convenient. Save a lot of time. Akaha iti dirgha iti vartate. Try to read some Kashika, read some Kaumudi, see if you can get some basic meanings. For the technical text, so you will not be able to follow everything in the first pass, but if you can follow at least small statements, there's good entrance. Remove the fear of reading these books. That's how the trick in this language is remove the fear, bhaya nivaranam. So it is, so akaha iti dirgha iti vartate. So, and then so prathama and dvitiya is the vibhakti visheshe rudha. The vibhaktis are there. Tasyam prathamayam dvitiyayam vibhaktau achi means ajado pratyaya. So the ach of the pratyaya and akaha pura parayoho sthane purva savarna dirgha adesha bhavati. And for this, there are only two nishedas which are right below that, which is nadichi, dirgha jasicha. We have dirgha antamangam, but we don't have the pratyaya either. Pratyaya is not ijadi, it's not also the pratyaya jas, so nishedha nasti. So prathama purva savarna, as Karthik said, that's what we'll roll. And then just do the sasajusho ruho and karavasanayo visarjaniyaha, which we won't mention anymore because those are now well known to you. That is there. And when we do the yangadesha, of course, we get striyaha. So you get these two forms again, striyaha. So here only yangadesha, and then we can do the same satsajusho ruhu kharavasanayo visarjaniyaha. From now on, there is no vikalpaha. So all we have to do is do the ajaba pratyapara yangadesha, and then we have to do the nadi sanya also will be there. If we do tritiya ekvachanam, use 3 plus ta. In that case, only the chutu, the adi takarasya, adya takarasya itsanya. So anubandha lope, we get 3 plus so we have used chutu. And after that, again, here also equivalency would have come, but there is vishesha sutram, also parakaryam, striyaha, tiyangadeshaha becomes striya. Okay. Now in the stri bhyam and stri bhe vishesha karyam nasti because ajadi pratyaya nasti. Because the pratyaya is not ajadi. So the striyaha and vamsha soha, they don't have any effect. They only apply when there is ach falling. So the tritiya dvivachanam will be stri bhyam, bahuvachanam will be stri bhe. Chaturthi when we do, now comes the nadi karyani. Now nadi comes in which places? We saw those 4 rules for nadi. Let's quickly look at them one more time. Is in the 7.3, I think 102 starts with supicha. A lot of the rules when a supratya follows, what is anga karyam? Supratya pare anga karyani atra nirdishyante. They come here in supichadika. And there we have these rules. We said amata nadyo rasvaha. That's nadi is mentioned over here. And you also have the arnadyaha, another one which is mentioned here, second rule. And neram nadyam nibhyaha, also coming here. And then the other rule which is coming in 7.1, which is the rasvanadyapo nut. These 4. So that now we don't have the only ami parataha, but we don't have am right now. So let's focus on the sutras in 7.3 and the arnadyaha. Arnadyaha, which is number 112, is niti. So nispatte pare. So right now we have the pratyaya nye, 3 plus nye. So we need to use arnadyaha. The 3 has nadi sanya. So it's 3 plus nye. I'm sorry. 3 plus nye. Again, anubandha lope a because of the lashak vatadyate. Shak vatadyate. Here arnadyaha, which is sutram over here, is 3.7.3.1.12 arnadyaha. So and adyantau takitau, that a will come to the beginning of the pratyaya. So now we get 3 plus a. So you use 7.3.1.12 arnadyaha adyantau takitau. 1146. Paribhasha sutram. Then comes atascha. The moment an adagama is done, that with the following vowel, it will do the pura paryo ekadeshaha, Okay. Thank you, Ravi. I made a typo here. Thanks for catching. It should be Striyaha. Thank you, Ravi. Iyang Adesha Striyaha. Okay. So coming down here, Atascha, the Pura Payoha Ekadesha, Vruddhir Ekadesha. So it becomes 3 plus I. 3 plus I, which is 6190 Atascha. The same rule we use in the Nadika. No new rules, but no more new rules for this subject. We are only applying all the old rules, only practice for us. Nutana niyama nasti 3 plus I. Now at this position, when we had Nadi Shabda, we made Nadyai. Which here, because of the 6479 Striyaha, you get the Iyangadesha. This is the speciality of Stri Shabda. You get the Iyangadesha and keep the Nadi Sanya. So it becomes the final form Striyai. This is what's going to happen now in all these places where there is Nyat Pratyaya Pare, gets Striyai. Striyai is the final form, and that's by 6479. That is the Chaturthi Ekvachanam. Dvivachanam, so Vishesha Karyam Nasti, is Stri Bhyam, Bahuvachanam, Stri Bhyaha. Now Shashti Panchami Ekvachanam, so will be Chaturthi Ekavachanam Vad Karyam Bhavati. So we get same set of rules again. We get 3 plus, in this case, Nyasi. Okay, 3 plus Nyasi. And in this case also we have to use the Anubandha Lope As. So Lashak Vatadite, Adya Nakaras Itsanya, Upadesha Junanasika It, Ikarasya. Itsanya, Tasya Lopaha. Here also you're going to get the Adagamaha, Annadyaha. So we'll get 3 plus As, again applying the same rules. Because that applies for Niti Pratyaya Pare. So here also we have a Niti. These are the 4 Niti Pratyayas, right? With Chaturthi Ekvachanam, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami Ekvachanam. Nye, Nyasi, Nyas, and Ni. So you have the same 2 rules again, Adyanta Takitau and Atascha, Vruddhira Ekadesha. So we get 3 plus As, that was the 6190. And finally, Striyaha Iyangadesha. In fact, in the Sutram Striyaha itself, this rule has been applied. The Sutram Striyaha itself applies on itself in a certain way. To get the form Striyaha, you have to use the Sutram Striyaha. You need to do the Iyangadesha there also. So that's this form Striyaha, which we have seen in 6479, which says 3 iti etasya Shashti Ekvachanam. This is Panchami, but the same form we're going to get in Shashti also. We get the form Striyaha by doing the Iyangadesha. So we get the form Striyaha by the Sutram Striyaha, 6479. And then again the same thing in the Dvivachanam Stribhyam, Bahuvachanam Stribhya, Ajadi Pratyaya Nasti, Vishesha Karyam Nasti. And then Shashti Ekvachanam Rupam is same as the Panchami, only the Sanya Sutra slightly different. Otherwise it's the same other operations. So when you do Nyas Anubandha Lope As, so here also we use the Shakvat Tadjiteya, but then only difference is that we use Na Vibhaktau Tusmaha, because it's Ancha Sakarasya Istanyana Bhavati. So Halancham iti Istanya Prapta, Tasya Nishedha, Tasyaha Nishedha. So the Istanya is start by Na Vibhaktau Tusmaha. So, and then after that, Samana Karyam. So we get Striyaha. Same rules as in the Panchami Striyaha. Now in the Shashti Dvivachanam, 3 plus Os. 3 plus Os, just do the Iyangadesha and we'll get the form Striyoho. So just nothing. Here also Nivivakto Tusmaha, so that ending Sakara is not in it. And then we do the Iyangadesha, make it Striyoho as usual. Satajushoruho Karavasano Visajaniyaha. So 6, 4, 79 again. Now in the Shashti Bahochanam, what do you think, Kartik, Shashti Bahochanam? This form should be 3.
Shashti Bahuvachanam.
Now it is, we have 2 rules coming for application now. We have Striyaha, Ajaro Pratyay Pare Iyangadeshaha, Rasvanadya for Nut iti sutrena Nut Praptaha, Vipratishedaha Vidyate. Okay, we have 2 rules now, and they are not an apavada of any one apavada because they apply in other places. They have Charita Arthaha, they have applicability in other places. So basically, apavada concept is that if you don't give the sutram a chance, the sutram should be useless. That will not happen because Striyaha has applications in other places, which we just did, of course. Also, Rasvanadya for Nut has application in other places there also, so we don't have to Nadinam, etc. So now, which one do you do, Kartik?
I think Nut is a Nitya Karya, so we should do it.
Parakajam.
Okay.
Because let's try Nitya Karyam, Kartik, for 1 second. If you do Nut, you cannot do the Iyangadesha.
Yeah.
If you do Iyangadesha, can you still do Nut?
Yeah, we can still do because Nadi Sanya is still there.
Good point, but it is no longer a yeah, it's a good point you're making actually. It's a good point actually here. Let's see. It says Paratvat Nut Pravartate is what this book is saying. Okay, I see your point also that if you take Nitya, the C does not lose in Adisanya when even when the Iyangadesha comes. Let's do one thing. Let's quickly check the vritti for. So it doesn't matter in this case because it's parakaram anyway, so it will not make a difference. Either way, you're going to use the 7154 because it's a later rule. It's a later rule to. Okay, Vasu has a question. Yes, Vasu.
Satish ji.
Yes.
If I may, Bhaimi says here, Shashti ke Bahuvachan mein 3 plus आम इस दशा में इयंग और नुट दोनों की युगमत प्राप्ति होने पर परत्व के कारण नुट का आगमन हो जाता है.
Paratvat, yes. But yes, thank you. That's what I'm looking at. But Kartik has a valid point also is that even when the Iyangadesha comes, Niyanguvang Sthana was 3. The 3 still has a Nadi Sanya. So Rasvanta, Niyanta, Rabanta, Uttarasya, Amaha, Nudagama Bhavati. Yes, the Kartik's point also is that Nadi Sanya is still there. So technically you should still be able to do the Nut Agamaha. Okay, so we'll keep it like that. Nityatvat, Paratvacha, how about that? I think Nityatva also is a good argument to make. Regardless, since it's Paratva, I guess you don't have to worry too much because you don't have to go into it. It's going to be applicable. So Nityatvat, we'll keep it Paratvacha, Nut Agamaha. So the issue here is that 2 sutras came for application. 6479, 7154. Neither one is apavada of the other. We have to find a way to break the tie. And now the 7154 is parakaryam. But before that, there are 2 or 3 steps to look at. One of them is that if one rule applies regardless of the other, that should be the one to apply. And the rest, Rasvanadya or Nut, is Nadya Shrita Karyam, depends on the Nadi Sanya. And then, which is going to stay regardless of whether you make the Iyangadesha or not, because no Iyanguvang Sthana was 3. So that also should work. In any case, Parakaryam of 754. So we'll do the Nut Agamaha, and we're going to get 3 Nam, of course. 3 plus, Nut is done. We get Nam because of, so 7154, Adyantau Takitau. Of course, in the Nut Agamaha, we have Alantyam, Upadesh Aduna Nasika It. In those we don't put down anymore. And we'll get the form 3 Nam by the 842 Atkapani Vyop. Because only the Ikara is the Vyavadhanam, and that's in the At Pratyahara. So by 842, we get the form 3 Nam. Okay, now in the Dvivachanam, we did, sorry, in the Saptami Ekvachanam when we do, we have to go to 3 plus, so again we similar to We have to remove the same rule that we did in the Nadi Shabda. So it was 3 plus Ni. So Anubandha. So in the, now we have to apply another Nadi Karyam, which is the Neram Nadyam Nibhyaha. Nehe Am Nadyam Nibhyaha. So this was the one that we did over here, which is Neram Nadyam Nibhyaha. It will be in the same adhikar, because from 73102 starts Supicha, and there below that you will find that. So you'll be right 73116. In place of Ni, you put the Am Adesha. We'll do 7, because Nadi Sanya, this one had Nadi Sanya, it's not lost, 73116. So we can get 3 plus Am, 73116. Here also we'll do Anadyaha, then Atashya Vruddhi. So we can do those steps together now. We get 3 Am, this is the Anadyaha, and then do Atashya Vruddhireka Puraprayoho. We get 3 plus one more thing. Okay, Radha has a question. Not Aga come, will it do this thing? Yeah, so rather when the Nut Agama comes, we cannot do the Iyang Adesha. That was the point which Karting was making. Nut Agama comes, Iyang cannot be done. But even after doing Iyang, we can do Nut. So Nut was Nitya Karyam. Iyang was not. Nut also is Parakaryam. That's how we did Nut. Okay, so 3 plus, then we did, okay, 3 plus Am because of the Atashya Vruddhi. Atashya Sutram, Vruddhi is Ekadesha. And then now here again we have to do the Iyang Adesha and make it Striyam. But the word Striyam also used by Panini. Striyam is Sutram in Ashtadhyayi. The Sutram is Striyam itself, 413. And Panini talks about the feminine affixes. The Adhikara is Striyam. So Striyam is used in Ashtadhyayi in more than one place. So 6479. The Dvivachanam Saptami will be same as Shashti Dvivachanam, is Striyoho, and Bahuvachanam will be Strishu, nothing really special, only the Adesha Pratyayoho, which is the Murdhanya Shakara Adesha, because Striyoho and Strishu. Only thing here is that the Murdhanya Adesha by the 8359, the Ikara has preceding, is the in Pratyahara, so we'll get the Strishu. Now in the vocative form, what do you get? Sambuddhav. Sambuddhav, it has Nadi Sanya. So we got, we're going to get the Amvartha Nadyo Raspaha. Amvartha Nadyo Raspaha. So here is the Sutram 73107. So we get the Rasva Adeshaha, and then Eng Rasvat Sambuddhehe. Eng Rasvat Sambuddhehe. When you have the Rasva, Rasva means it has to be Ajantam only, because only Acha Rasva Diga Dhanma. So then in that case, the Sambuddhi Sakara takes Lopaha. So we do Eng Rasva Sambuddhehe, that's 6169, because that's right after the Halni Abjo Dirgha. The next sutram is Eng Rasva Sambuddhehe. So Eng Antar Pradipadika Rasvantacha Paraha Hallupyate, which is Sambuddhir Bhavati. So that's the reason why we can do these two. First thing we do is to the Amvasanadyo Rasvaha 73107. So when we do 3 plus 2, this is Sambuddhi here. Yes, we let 73107 again, 73107. 73107. We're going to get 3. And here we're going to lose the Anubandha Lope because of Upadesh Ajjanasya Anunasika It. So we've done this one. And we've done Upadesh Ajjanasika It. And after that, we just do 6169 Eng Rasvat Sambuddhe. We get A is 3. That's like He Nadi is 3. Okay, so that completes 3 Shabdaha. So the 3 rules, remember these 3 rules. Na Iyangong Sthana was 3, and then also Striyaha Vamshasoho. So next rule we're going to look at is this Pradipadikam Shri. Pradipadikam Shri. The one thing about Shri Pradipadikam which we already looked at, I think it was in the last class itself, looked at those 9 words in the language which end in long E, for which the 6168 Aniyabhyo Dirghat Sutisya Pruktamhal does not apply. But this is not a Niyantam Pradipadikam. Shuddha Pradipadikam, Niyantam Shabda Rupam. So, Pradipadikam is one thing to clarify also, that even a word like Nadi, definitely the Pradipadikam is only Nada. To that you add a Sri Pratyaya, Neep, becomes Nadi. So because Niya Pradipadikat 411, the Pradipadikam Bhaga is only Nada. When you add the Neep and make it Nadi. But here, there is no Ni Pratyaya over here. So we looked at those 9 Shabdas, which we already, I think I got the emails also during the week, which, don't take the Haniniya Bhyosutram and apply, and they are, Avi Tantri Stari, Lakshmi Tari, Dhi, Dhi, Shriyam, Dhyaha. So Shri is in that list. So already we know that the Prathama Ekvajanam will be Shrihi and not like Nadi, because of 6168 will not apply. So in all these Pradipadikam, we have to ask, how will this Pradipadikam form? In this case, what's happening is that there is a Unadi Sutram, and also a Vartikam in the Ashtadhyayi in the Kashika on 32178. Not going through too many details, but the bottom line is that this Quip Pratyaya is added, and this the Dhatu called Shri, short E ending Dhatu Shri. And then it says the Quip Vachi Prachiyayata Stu Kata Pru Ju Shrinam Dirgho Sampasaranancha. Takes Dirgha Adesh also taken. This is a Vartikam which you don't have to go in details, but 32178. So from the important thing for us to note right now is that from the Dhatu, Dhatu Shri, we can form this, we can form the Pratipadikam. So here the Pratipadikam itself is Pratipadikam, which is Shri. Using the Vartikam on, or some people has a Vartikam, some people have it as a Unadi Sutram, but either way, it is not this Tripatyaya Ni which is ending there. Vartikam on, the Kashika has on 32178, if you can look at quickly, 32178, that has the Vartikam which does this formation of this Shri. So that ending Ikaraha is a Dhatoho Ikaraha, not a Sripatyaya Ikaraha Ni. Why is that important? Why is that important to us? Because that's going to trigger rule 6479. Atishnu Dhatu Bhuvam Yuvar Yanguvangau. That's number 1. Number 2 is, as we already saw, the 6168 will not apply. So let's look at Vartikam quickly, which we'll do in detail later on when we do the Krudanta Prakriya. But here there is a Vartikam which says Quip, Vachi, Pracha, and all these Dhatus, Shrinam, Dirgha, Asamsaranancha. So this is Sutram. And that's how this word Shri is formed. Shri here. Okay, let's start the class. So we need to know the etymology. We need to know this is a what kind of Ikara it is at the end. So if it's Dhatu Ikara, if it's Dhatu Ikaraha, then we have to watch out for 6479, which is going to be the rule for today. If we start from today, the Sutram is that this is an extremely important rule. I cannot overstate it. This rule is extremely important. And the number also is nice, 6477. Because Iko Nachi is 6177. And this, even though it's not exactly Apavada, but in many places Iko Nachi would have come. This Sutram comes, we're going to see right now also. So 6177 is Iko Nachi. 6477 is a very, very important rule which says Achishnu Dhatu Bhvam Yor Yang Vangau. What the Vritti say? Shnu Pratyayantasya, which is the Panchamagana Ganamikaranam, which you don't have to worry about right now, that Shrunoti, etc. Like a word like Apnuvanti. that apnuvanti, that uvangadeshaha, is by this sutra. But we're not doing it right now, so we can leave this one for the time being. So one more thing about Pani Sutra, we don't take the whole thing right now. We'll take what we need and come back to it later on. So, Ivarna uvarnantasya dhatoho, which is what's important to us right now, because the ending ikara of the Shri, so that is the dhatu's ikara. One more question comes here is that, but this is now a pratipadikam. Dhatuttam kutra asti. There is a dhatu dharmaha. But there is also paribhasha pasad which says kvibbantaha dhatuttam najahati. Kvibbantaha dhatuttam najahati. Which means that if you just add a kvip, which is a zero pratyaya, the dhatuttam is not lost. Dhatu status is not lost. Yeah. So ivarnovarnantasya dhatoho, bhru is a single pradipikam bhru. Of course, bhru comes in Gita a couple of places. This comes in Gita, if you search for bhruvoho, chakshushchaivantare bhruvoho, it comes in chapter 8. Also, the bhruvar madhye, so 8.10 comes bhruvoho. I think it also comes in chapter, so 527. So 527 and 8.10. So you can tag these two shlokas. So Gita 527, 8.10. The Pradipadikam Bhu is coming there. It's getting, you're seeing the Uvangadesha there. So 8.10. So the moment you see that Bhuvoha coming in Gita, you can think of this sutra, Bhuvoha. So 8.10 and 527. 527. So form Bhuvoha. So let's think of 6477. Vishnu Dhatu Bhruvam. In fact, it's also interesting because in the sutram itself, the sutram has been used. Another instance, because the ending Bhruvam over there, ending Bhruvam itself is using this for the Uvangadeshaha. So anyway, right now what we need this sutram because of the fact that we have a dhatu's ikara, as simple as that. So now, so when the moment you have an ajaji pratyaya, this sutram is going to come for application. So if you, when you do, so we'll go through it now. There is one more sutram which is also in the sutra document, which is put there. Let's look at that for a second. By the way, it's a good example of this one. Also, the word dhi in the same 32170 has another vartikam, where this word dhi is from dhatu jai. It takes some prasaranam and goes to some changes, but this ikara, this ikara of dhi is also dhatu ikara. So when you chant the Gayatri mantra, also you should think of this sutram. Ashisu dhatu bhruvam yor yang vangau. So dhiyo yo naspachoriyata. The dhiya also is a dvitiya bhavachanam. So may he propel our intellects. So that the dhi in the Gayatri mantra is a dvitiya bhavachanam. Dhiyo yo naspachoriyata. So that also you see the yangadesha. That can also, get your Vyakaranam Yadam. So Vyakaranasya Jnanam api prachodayata. So you can get that also. Okay, so let us look at the next sutram, which won't apply here, but it's a good one. The moment you think of 6477, always check. So after when applying 6477, check for 6482. Also very good habit. Check for 6 because that's an upper wall. It's going to stop the 6477 in some cases. Now, what case is that? Ehe. Ehe means E varana. So it is the shashti of E, like harehe. So ehe, that's the E varana. So E varanasya. You can see that down here. Dhatu vajava sanyoga purvo na bhavati. So E varanaha. Tadanto yo dhatu. Tadantasya. Anekachangasya yan ajado pratyaya pareya. So one more time. This is only for the E varna now. Remember, the 6477 had Iyang and Uvang both in it. So the Uvang is not covered in this shloka, in this sutram at all. 6482 is first of all only for the E varna antamanga. Okay. One more condition should be anekach angam. Angam should be anekach. And then there should be no sanyoga belonging to dhatu prior to the E. In this case, we do have a sanyoga. The Shri, that Ikara, before the Ikara, we have the Talavya Sha and the Repa sanyoga. But Angam Anekash Nasti. The Angam is only Eka Changam. So 6482 should be definitely be checked, and one condition was satisfied. First of all, it was Ivarananta, otherwise 6482 doesn't apply. So it's Ivarananta. It also has the Sanyoga. I'm sorry, take it back. This is Asanyoga Purvasya. So in this case, both conditions are not satisfied. So Shri has Sanyoga. This only applies Asanyoga Purvasya. So not only it is not an Eka Changam, it is Eka Changam, and we have Sanyoga. So both conditions are not satisfied. So one more time, we have a Sanyoga, so 6482 will not apply. Secondly, it's not an Eka Changam. So it is an Eka Changam, which it is a Eka Changam. So I'm confusing it more than making it clear. I'm sorry. So Shri is a Eka Changam. So that is one reason why 6482 will not apply. 6482 requires an Eka Changam. Second thing is we have Sanyoga. So therefore, also we don't apply 6482 because it says Asanyoga Purvasya. So both conditions are not satisfied, but it's worth checking 6482. Now let's proceed now. Let's see what else we need. What we need now is this sutra which says that which we all referred to before, 144. The moment the iyang or uvanga adesha comes, nari sanya is lost. So iyang uvango ho sthitihi yayoho. The iyang or uvang has to actually come, not only praptihi. So saksha sthitihi asti chet. So it should actually apply. If it actually applies, then tau idu tau nari sanyao nastaha. Not to Stri. So those, except for the Stri Pradipajikam, which is the exception which you already saw, the Nadi Sanya is lost when the Iyang or Uvang Adesha is done. Okay? But then what happens is that the next two rules, one of which we already have seen, we did Mati Shabdaha, do the Vikalpaha. Just go to Ashtadhyayi for a second. Ashtadhyayi for a second. And here we have okay, so first of all, by the no iyang uvang sthana was 3. Iyang uvang sthana was 3. The moment this Shri takes the iyang adesha by 6477, loses the nadi sanya. But Vami says this is ami vadavi, ami. When the am pratyaya follows, then nadi sanya bhavati vikalpe. Optionally you get nadi sanya. Next sutra also says niti rasvascha, which you already saw when we did the mati shabdaha. That time we had the rasvanta. So there also, for these words, not only for the rasvascha, the rasva we already did before, mati shabdaha. Here also, when the iyang or uvanga adesha is done, niti pratyaya pare vikalpe nadi sanya bhavati. So now we have vikalpa here when am follows, which is shashti bhavachanam, and niti, which is the pratama, chaturthi, panchami, shashti, saptami, ekavachanam. So what is left now in Nadikaryam? Nadikaryam we saw was these 4 sutras. Arnadhyaha, that applies niti. Okay? Then Neram Nadyam Nibhyaha. Neram Nadyam Nibhyaha. That's Nehe. It's also niti. Okay? Then Rasvanadhya for Nut. That's Ami. Okay, so all these 3 are going to be taking Vikalpa now because of the Vami and Niti Rasvascha. Only one is left now. Ambasa Nadyo Rasvaha. Ambartha Nadyo Rasvaha. So that's really the only place in the Sambuddha where you see the full effect of this Sutram Niyam Uvang Sthana was 3. Because for that Ambasa Nadyo Rasvaha, we will, so if we do, in fact we can do right now, if we take this Padipadikam Shri, we take Shri and do the Sambuddhi Sambodhanam Ekavachanam, we do Su, then we will get, we will normally what we would have had, we would have had Amartha Nadyo Rasvaha. If we had Nadi Sanya, then we would have had Amartha Nadyo Rasvaha, Eng Rasva Sambuddhe, which is what we did over here. Oh, but I forgot to put the numbers here. This one was 6169. Okay, so that's what we would have had if we had Nadi Sanya. But because of the Sutram 144, Neyam Uvang Sthana was 3, Nadi Sanya Nasti, Tasmat Rasvadesha na Bhavati, Tasvadesha Bhavat, Sakar Lopo na Bhavati. So that whole so because of 1144, Nadi Sanya is stopped. That means the Rasvadesha is stopped. Because of that, Sakar Lopa doesn't take place. So all we do is apply the Upadesh Arjuna Nasik It, Sasuju Shoruho, and Karavasana Visajaniyaha, and we get the form He Shri. So this is the place where really the full effect of 144 is seen. So the 144 stops Nadi Sanya, stops Nadi Sanya, and then that means that there is no Rasva Adesha by 73109, 73107, sorry, and that's what happens. That's the defect. Now the remaining places when we have the Nit Pratyaha, it's going to be Vikalpaha, and also the Shashti Bhojanam Vikalpaha will have the optional forms. Okay, so we already did the Sambuddhi. You know, in the Prathama Ekavachanam, we already discussed the fact that we will not apply 6168. So this is not a Stri Pratyaya ni at the end. Dhatu Ikaraha. When we do this Prathama Ekavachanam, we're also going to get Shri here. Shri here. So no, we don't apply no 6168 because the ending the Ikaraha is belongs to a dhatu, belongs to a dhatu, and not the Stri Pratyaha, not the feminine affix. So Pratyaha, Pratyaha, Ni. I mean, there are different varieties of ni, like you have ni, niche, etc. But it doesn't matter. This is not the one that we have over here. So remember this difference between the ni and the Nadi Sanya. So 6168 Hanyabhyo Dirgha Suti Se Praktamhal requires us the Stri Pratyaya ni or aap to be there. So Halantamangam to be there. Remaining rules like Arnadi actually require Nadi Sanya to be there. Okay, so these two different things. Okay, so this Shri here, so this is not a Niyantam, and because of the Yang Adesha coming Ajado Pratyaya Pare, Nadi Sanya is lost to 144, then Miti Pare Athva Ami Pare Vikalpen Nadi Sanya. That's all we need now, so let's see if we can generate the table now. So next one, if you do is Karthik, what happens next place? Shri plus Au.
Oh, we'll get the Yang Adesha.
So first we have to consider Iko and Achi. Okay. Then what's the next uttam?
Achishna Dhatu Bhava.
So Prathama Purva Savarna, right?
Prathama, yeah, Prathama Purva.
So now, then Dirgha Jasicha.
Then
Nishetaha. We'll go back to Iko and Achi. So if we did not have the Achishna Dhatu Bhruvam Yor Yang Vangau, Tarhi Yarnadesha Bhavet. It would have a Yarnadesha, which is Anishtam Syat. It will be the wrong form. So as Karthik said, so we have to, after, maybe I'll put this one time over here. So first step is 6177, 6177, Yarnadesha. Then comes 61102, Prathama Purva Savarnaha. But this is stopped by the 61105, which is Dirgha Jasicha. So 6177 would apply. So you have to go through all these steps. Always go through all these steps. Good practice, and you know different conditions of each rules, when they apply, why they apply, would apply. But 6477 applies, as that is a later rule. So it will apply. So we get the form. So all these places when Ajadi Pratyaya follows, we'll have to go through this kind of analysis. Of course, the Prathama Purva Savarna only applies in the first Prathama and Dvitiyayam, but the analysis has to be done anyway. So we get Shriya. Okay. Now when the same thing when you do Shri plus just again Iko and Achi, Prathama Purva Savarnaha, Dirgha Jasicha Nishedaha, back to Iko and Achi, but then comes 6477, Ashishu Dhatu Bhruvam, Yor Yang Vangau. Again, remind you why we're doing the Yang Adesha, because this is Dhatu Ikaraha. That is why. So Shri plus C plus just, of course, in the just here do Anubandha Lopaha, which is the Chutu, Vibhakto to Smaha, and that you already know. So you get Anubandha Lope As, and you get Shriyaha. By 6477. Okay. Now when we do the Dvitiya Ekavachanam, when you Shri plus here you would have had Ami Purvaha. Ami Purvaha is a rule in 6.1, in 6.107. Now this Yangadesha is Parakaryam. None of them is Apavada, because they have application in other places. So they are not going to be Apavadas one for the other. So we can do the, we'll do the 6477 again. We get, so basically when the Ajari Pratyaya follows, you're going to get 6477. So we become Shriyam. So this Ami Purvaha is overruled here by 6477. So Shri and Shri plus get 6477 applies instead of the 61107, which is Ami Purvaha. Dvitiya Advivachanam, same as Pratama Advivachanam, Shriyo, same Yangadesha. When we look at the Dvitiya Bhuvachanam, Shri plus Shas, only Anubandha Lopa will be different. We get Lashav Katadite, Navigapto to Smaha, Anubandha Lopa As. So here, slight difference is that if we have applied, if we did not have this Sutram 6477, we would have looked at Equanachi first, but then you would have Pratama Purva Savarna would have applied here. So it's a slight difference here. If you look at Shri plus Shas, Anubandha Lope As, Nashakpatadite, Navivakto to Smaha. And here, what would have applied is that so 61102 would have applied here. So Nisheda only Dirgha Jasicha. So yeah, Shri plus is here. I'm sorry. Thank you. Forgot to put this. So Shriyam. Okay. So Shri plus Shas, Dirgha Jasita won't apply because of the fact that it's not a Jas Pratyaya, not a Ijari Pratyaya. So Ikunachi would have been overruled by Pratama Purva Savarna. So 61102 would have applied. But 6477 later rule, we use that, and then we get Shriyaha over here also. Shriyaha. This is the Dvitiya Bhavachanam. Okay. Now we don't have to worry about Pratama Purva Savarna because that is finished now. Now in Tritiya Ekvachanam, Shri plus Sha, nothing special, Chutu, and after that we do the Achishan Dhatu Bhavam, you go to Young Vangao, get the form Shriya. So that will be Shri plus Sha, we get Shriya. Nothing really very special here, same thing as before. We require no more rules, no new rules now. 137 and 6477. Now, when we have the Pratyaya Bhyam plus Bhi, it's not Ajadi Pratyaya, so it's Vishesha Karyam Nasti. So we get Shri Bhyam, Shri Bhi. When you come to Shri plus Nye, now we have to look at that Sutram Nitirasvascha. So Vikalpen Nadisanya Vikalpen. We can get two forms. What we will do, let's do Nadipaksheya. When it had Nadi Sanya, then what will happen? So let's do Shri plus Nye. Okay, first of all, Anubandha Lope of the Ashakvatabdite. You're going to get Shri plus A. Ashakvatabdite. And now let's look at two cases because Niti Rasvascha. You get the Anurutti of Va coming from that Vami. So we're going to get Vikalpin and Nadi Sanya. Let's do Nadi Pakshe first. Nadi Pakshe. We'll get, okay. So here, Anadyaha. So we get Shri plus A plus A. Same thing that we did before here. Same thing that we did all the way back here, where we had Anyadhyaha coming all these places, 73112. So here also we'll get 73112, Anyadhyaha. And then we get Atascha. You get the Vriddhi Ekadeshaha. You get Shri plus Ai. 3 plus A, 6, 190. So this is when we have Nadi Sanya. Because we can only do Annadhya, obviously when we have Nadi Sanya, we cannot do it. And now we will get the Iyanga Adesha. Equivalency would have come for application 6177, but clearly 6477 is the for a karyam. So that is the rule that's going to apply. As I said to you, this 6170. The moment you think of 6177, always check 6477. 6477. So we get the Iyanga Adesha becomes Shriyai. Shriyai. Okay. So 6477. We maybe highlight the 4. That 4 is the one to remember. 6477. Okay. Now Itara Pakshaya, we do the Nadi Abhava Pakshaya when you do. Okay. Why this comes okay, let me put this back here. I don't know why it came down here, but let me this one. Give me 1 second. Okay. You do the Itara Pakshe, Nadi Abhava Pakshe. So when Itara Pakshe, in the other case, what we'll have is that only Iyanga Adesha, because there will be no Annadhyaha, no Atascha, nothing. We just do the Iyanga Adesha, becomes Shri. So straightforward. So Shri plus Ne will become like before, Shri plus A, and will equal to Shri A. 647. So these are two cases. And why did we get two cases? Because the fact that Nadi Sanya was optional because of Niti Rastascha.
Satishji?
Yes.
How is Gher Niti stopped here? Will Ghi Sanya not apply for this?
So give Rasva Ikaranta.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 6477. Now, when we do the Chaturthi Divachanam, nothing special. Shri Bhyam, again Shri Bhyaha. Same thing when you do Panchami or Shashti Ekvanam, again we'll have two cases. So if you do the, just take, they'll both give similar forms. So when we do Shri plus Nyasi, we do that. Anubandha Lope Ast, because of Shakpata Diteya. Upadesha Jananasika It. So we'll get that. Now again we have to consider two forms because we have a Nispatya falling. So there will be Nitirasvascha. So Nadi Pakshe will get the Annadhyaha. That will give us Shri plus A plus As. So this was due to Annadhyaha. And then again the same thing, Atascha, Direkadeshaha. We'll get Shri plus As, Atascha. And then here also same thing. We have to first consider Eco and Achi, but then overdoing that will come the Iyanga Adesha by 6477. So we get Shriyaha. You know one thing, the Iyanga Adesha will be only short E, okay, Iya. Regardless whether Dhatu ends in long E or short E, the Adesha Iyang is only short E, okay. So the Shriyaha 6477. Now when we don't do the Nadi Abhava Paksha, when we do Itara Paksha, the remaining in the other case, in that case we will only get the Iyanga Adesha. So the same, basically similar thing. We'll only get the form Shriyaha. So no Annadhyaha. So Annadhyaha na prapyate. Nadi Sanya Bhavat. Annadya iti Adagamo na bhavati. So Adagamo na bhavati. So here only 6, 4, 77. These are two cases. So when we do the Panchami Dvivachanam, again we get Shri Bhyam, Shri Bhyaha. Shashti Ekvachanam, same form, Shriyaha. Same two forms, sorry. Same two forms. Shriyaha and Shriyaha. That's also the Pratyaha. Only thing, the it karyam is slightly different because in Nyas we have to do Lashakasabdite, Nabhivakto to Smaha. But otherwise it's same two final forms as in the Panchami Ekavachanam. So Shriyaha and Shriyaha. So Nadi Pakshe Shriyaha, Nadyabhava Pakshe Shriyaha. We do this Shashti Dvivachanam, Shri plus Os. There's no Nadi Karyam here at all, just to Yangadeshaha, and we'll get the form Shri plus Os. We are going to get Shriyoho. That's the form there. Now the Shashti Ovachanam. This is the other place we have Vikalpa, right? Because we have Shri plus Am. Shri plus Am we have. So let's look at what happens there now. Shri plus Am. The Vami. So 145 says Vikalpa Nadi Sanya. Here also we have to apply, the Nabhivakto to Smaha. So the Antimakara Sit Sanya Nasti. So here also because of 145, let's Vami. So Vikalpena Nadi Sanya. Okay, that's what's happening. When you take Nadi Pakshya, when we're going to get the Haswanadyapo, not we do Nadi Pakshya. We're going to get Haswanadyapo, not and we're going to get Shri plus Nam. So this is of course applying the Haswanadyapo, not and Adyanto Takito. This is when we have Nadi Sanya, which is optional. We can do Nami Dirgha, it doesn't matter because 643 Nami is Dirgha, but it's already Dirgha, so it will not make any difference. And finally we get Shri Nam because of the Natvam, because Atkupvanum Vyavayepi. Only Vyavadhanam is the Ikaraha in the Atpratyahara. So we get the form Shri Nam. So that is 842. Now, when the Nadi Abha Pakshe, we don't have Nadi Sanya. In the other case, then what we get is that we'll only get the Iyangadesha becomes Shriyam. So Shri plus Am, we won't get Nut Agamaha because it depends on the Nadi Sanya. Haswanadyapo Nut. So then we'll only get the Iyangadesha and get the form Shriyam. Okay, so that's 6479. 77. 6477 Shriyam. Same thing in the Saptami Ekavachanam. You again have two forms. One will get the Nadi Karyam, Saptami Ekavachanam when we do Shri plus Ni. The first thing we have to do is Shri plus Ni. When we have the Nadi Pakshe, when we do, in that case you're going to get the Niram Nadyam Nibhyaha. So that's this going to be one row, and then all these rows, as I said, come in this 7 to below 73, 102. So Niram Nadyam Nibhyaha. That's going to be 73116. Also going to get Anadyaha. 3112, Atascha Vridhi, Iyangadeshaha, get the form Shriyam. To get the form Shriyam. So you get, we will have Shri plus Am, 73116, Niram Nadyam Nibhyaha, there also Nabhivakto to Smaha, Makara Sanya Nasti, and then Adagamaha. So it becomes Shri plus Am. Anyadyaha. So basically Nadi Karyani Bhavanti. Nadi Pakshe, Nadi Karyani. as simple as that. Then Atascha, we get Shri plus Am Viddireka Adesha, Puruparayoho. And then Iyanga Adesha. We get Shri, Shriyam. So the reason why in the Stri Shabda we have to deal with all of this, because of that Astri, which was said in that one, the no Iyang Govang Sthana of Astri. So therefore the Stri Shabda escaped all of this. That keeps the Narisanya necessarily, Nityam Nisanya Bhavati. Nityam Narisanya Bhavati, Stri Shabdasya. That was speciality. Otherwise we have to do the same thing in Stri also. But there we don't have to do any, because that also takes the Iyanga Adesha. It's not a Dhatu Ikara at the end, so it will be only Pratama Ekvacham is fine, it will be 3. The remaining places we had all these things about Narisanya coming there also. But that Astri was said in that Sutram 144, so that we have to go through all this for the 3 Shabda. So Shriyam, when you do in the other case, Itara Paksheya, okay, then we just had to do the Iyanga Adesha, and there is no Niram Nadyam Nibhya, no Amadesha, no Aragamaha, no Atascha. Only thing the Iyanga Adesha. So we'll do Shri plus Ni, which will be Anubandha Lope E, and then just to Iyang, and we'll get the form Shri E. That's the second form of this. And then in the Dvivachanam, again, Shriyoho, and then Bhuvachanam Shri Shu, as usual. You get the Mudhanya Adesha by Adesha Prattayoho, Shri Shu, Adesha Prattayoho. Okay, so that's a Shri Shabda. Again, the word Dhi is declined like Shri. There also is the Dhatu Ikara at the end by the same 3 to 178. 3 to 178 is a Vartikam on that. The same. So there's also another Vartikam, Dhatu Jai, we rise to this Dhi, declined like Shri. So Dhi is declined like Shri. Also the word Bhru is declined like Shri also. Of course in Dhi there's no Sanyoga, but it doesn't matter. Because the Eraneka Acho Sanyoga Purvasya, which requires an Anek Achangam. Both Dhi and Shri were Ekach. Of course in Shri also Sanyoga also was there. Another reason to stop 6482, but regardless, 6482 will not apply for Dhi also. It is not Aneka Changam. Okay, so Dhi declined like Shri. Also, the word Bhru declined like Shri also. Bhru is declined like Shri. And like Shri, of course, except for the fact that just instead of Iyang, you get Uvang. So instead of, because there's a U at the end, instead of getting the Iyanga Adesha, you get the, we have Uvanga Adesha. So this is Yatha Sankhya, Yuo Iyang Uvango Yatha Sankhya. Yatha Sankhya Manudesha Samanam. It will be respectively. So E Varna will become Iyanga Adesha, U Varna will take Uvanga Adesha. So Uvang. So for example, just we'll go through it verbally. So when you do the become Bhruho, become Bhruvau, Bhruvaha, you go like that. Instead of Iyang, you do Uvang. All the same steps. All the same steps. Of course, the difference here is that this is so 6477 applies, Ajado Pratyay Pareya. Because not because Dhatu Ikara, so it's specifically mentioned in the 6477 Pratyay Pareya, because of Vishesh Vidhanat. It's already the word Pratipadikam Bhru is mentioned specifically in that sutra by Panini. So the Vishesh Vidhanam is there. Unlike in the Shri, where it was a Dhatu Zikara, here Bhru is specifically mentioned. So Bhru declined like Shri, except instead of Iyang, you'll get the Uvang. That's the only difference. Now, another thing is that similarly, Dhenu decline like mati. So dhenu will decline like mati. No difference there. So all the same rules. Dhenu will decline like mati, except of course instead of getting the whenever you get the yan sandhi will give va instead of ya. Decline like mati, except of course I mean instead of the yan adeshaha, you put like this, the yan adeshaha, yan adeshaha will be vakaraha, because there is a u here instead of the yakaraha. That's the only difference. So otherwise, everything, all the rules are the same as in mati. So you get dhenu, dhenuhu, dhenu, dhenavaha, all the same rules. So we'll get a lot of emails to practice in the next 2 weeks. Just give me the gist of it right now. Is that there's no new rules for dhenu. Same as mati. Instead of doing the yanadesha with ya, yanadesha with va. Now we look at the that basically completes the words ending in short u, dhenu, same as mati, and bhru will decline like shri. Instead of yang, you get wang. Now we can look at the prajapati ending in ru. So those ending in ru. To take a word like kartru. Take a word like kartru in the striyam. When you do that, kartru, what will happen is that you'll get the rinnebhyo neep. I think the document in the document list is here. But thanks to Karthik for making this list. Rinnebhyo neep, rukarantebhyo nakarantebhyascha, prajapatikebhya striyam neep pratyaya bhavati. So when you have a prajapati ending in rukaraha or nakaraha, nakara not works because we're right now looking only at the adanta shabda prakriya. So nakara we will look at it when we do a word, when you look halanta prakriya. Right now, don't worry about this right now. So we can only take, this amsha nakti rut, ru, run, rut, runnebhyo is sandhi here. Rut means rasva rukaranta. So when you rasva rukaranta, when you have, it takes the neep pratyaha. And then you can do equanachi. Of course, in the neep you get halantyam, dashakpatajite, anubandha lope, dirgha ikara vashishyate. Just do equanachi and you can get the form. So basically the angam, should say the angam will become the angam will become, so this rinnebhyo neep, one more time to refresh your memory. If anything has to be used in the feminine in this language, it has to pass through this department of striyam. Okay, let's remember that. Is that to use anything in the feminine, you have to check this section called striyam which Panini has. Nothing can be used in the feminine until it passes through this routine of striyam. Okay, and there we are going to be this sutram rinnebhyo neep with the second row. We also look at this ajadyata shta. In fact, okay, let's finish this one, rinnebhyo neep. So rit means short ru ending and nakaranta ending if you have. We also, this is also in the adhikar of niya pratipadika. Your pratipadikam ending in short ru or nakara, it's neep pratyaha, it can be used in the feminine. That's as simple as that. So anubandha lope will get kartru plus e, dashakpatajite, halancham, and then we get eco yanachi, econachi, kartri, econachi. And then it will decline like nadivat prakriya. So it will decline like nadi. So suprakriya nadivat, nadivat, suprakriya bhavati. It is declension table will be same as in the case of nadi. So become kartri, kartyao, kartyaha, and so on and so forth. So there are no new rules. Just add the neep, make it into equanachi, make it kartri, and just decline it like nadivat. But there are 7 words which are ending in ru, which don't follow these. Don't follow these rules. Let's look at 4-1-10. 4-1-10. Tunnebhyo nipya here. The 4-1-10 na shvat, sorry, na shat sasradibhya. Na shat sasra, this na. So this pura vidhanam na bhavati. So what was done before that is saying no, don't do it for these words. Okay. Now shat sanyaka we already saw before, shnanta shat, so that those, so the panchan, the shash, and the saptan, ashtan, navan, dashan. They're all hananta pradipadikams. We don't have to do it right now. But the swasradibhya. Let's go to this document here. It says na shat swasradibhya. Shat sanyakebhya, this doesn't concern us right now because the sanya shat, because there are 6 of them. 6 of them being panchan, shash, saptan, ashtan, navan, dashan. All halanta pradipadikani. And then, but swasradibhya pradipadikebhya, 3 pratyayo na bhavati. They remain as it is in the feminine. So they pass the routine without any change. Okay? So which are these swasradi now? Swasradi means how many are there? So that's given by the shloka over here. So it says swasa, tistrascha, chatastrascha. These 2 we already did before in the earlier classes. Tisra, chatastra, we already did that. That is the, actually only tisra because that's the pradipadikam 3. 3 pradipadikam become tistrascha. And then chatastrascha, the chatur will do it later. Similar to tisra it will be. The nanandra, duhitra, tatha. These are all pratama ekvachanams here. This is pratama bahuvachanam, tistrascha, chatastrascha, because nitya bahuvachanam shabda. So these are plural forms, tisra, chatastraha. Remaining are pratama ekvachanam rupani. Nananda, duhita, tatha, yata, mateti, saptaite, swasradiha, udarataha. So these 7 are swasradis. And they don't take the 3 pratyaya. So in this case, they are rukaranta pradipadikani. So rinnebhyo nip iti nip pratyaya praptaha. Sanabhavati. Nip doesn't come. So these are the ones that remain ending in rukaraha. In the feminine, these 7. One more time. Swasru, tisru, then chatas. This is the when you get the adesha of chatasru, it will become the padavini is chatur. It became chatasru, and when it becomes chatasru adesha, at that point you could have added the neep on the basis of rinnebhyo neep. It will not happen. And then this one nanandru, duhitru, matru. So here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yatru and matru. So for these, what will happen? They remain ending in 0. Okay. So now let me give you the gist of it like this. Now sastru will decline like the masculine dhatru shabdaha. Because it is specifically mentioned. In that sutram, for doing the upada dirgha. Sutram in 6.4, which is said up trishtran, that sutram which we saw in 6.4, this one. Up trin trich swasru. Of course, the dhatru shabda was ending in the pratyaya truna trich. But swastru, among these 7 words, which we saw here in this swasa, tistrascha, chatastrascha, nananda, duhita, tatha, yata, matiti, saptaite, sasrade, udarataha. So, swastru shabdaha, kevalam swastru shabdaha eva atra pachyate asmin sutre. Aptushtun sutre, kevalam swastru shabdaha pachyate. Only that one is common between those 7 and the one listed in 6.4.11. So that is why sastru will decline like dhatru. So specifically mentioned in 6.4.11. Except, only one place it is different, except in the Dvitiya ekvachanam. Dvitiya ekvachanam. Dvitiya vibhakti ekvachanam. In that form, you will not get the tasmacha sona pumsi, because that's only pumsi. If you look at that, just look at only that form. So shesham dhatruvat. Only Dvitiya ekvachanam, when you do that form, we'll get Swastriyo. Shastriyo plus Shast. Shast. Anubandhalope as Nashakutadite, Navivakto Smaha. So Anubandhalope Shastriyo plus as. So we have Nashakutadite, Navivakto Smaha. And here we do the Pratamayoha Puro Savarnaha. Pratamayoha because Iko wants to come. After that comes Pratamayoha Puro Savarnaha. Nisheda Pratamayoha Puro Savarnaha, only two of them. Nadichi, Dirgha Jasicha. So they will not apply, so we get Pratamayoha Puro Savarnaha. So, remember the one more rule that we looked at when we look at Ruka and the Pratibadikam. Yuto ni Sarvanamasthanyo Guna Adeshaha. Yuto ni Sarvanamasthanyo. Dvitiya, sorry, Bahuvachanam. I'm sorry. I take it. Thank you, Rana. Thank you. Typo. Yes, if I'm making any mistakes, please correct. Okay, please correct. Bahuvachanam. Shas Bahuvachanam. Tasmat Chaso Nafum. It is Bahuvachanam, not Ekavachanam. Please correct that. Bahuvachanam. Okay. So Shas. So here, even that sutram, which is Ruto Nisvanamasthaneyo, the 7311 done, 1110, doing the Gunadesha will not happen because the Shash does not have Sarvanamasthana Sanya. Because only Surnapumstakasya Sut, only Sut ke Sarvanamasthana Sanya Pratyah. So in short, we will have the Pratama Yoho Purva Savarnaha. Nothing overrules that. So we do get that. That part is common with Dhatu also. But then what happens is that, so we get plus, we get the first ru plus the stakara. This is also in the Pura Parayoho Ekadeshaha, is the Purva Savarna Ekadeshaha. Swastru, correct. Now at this place, when you had Dhatu Shabdaha, Tasmat Chaso Nafum. See, we had the Dhatrun. Dhatrun was coming. But here, that is not going to come because this is not a Pullinga Prayogaha, Pullinga Pratvidikam. So we'll only get the, so this step was, that's the only difference. We'll only get this, of course, the Sujusho, Pratamayo Purva Savarnaha. So we get first Ruho. So except in Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, again Bahuvachanam, not Ekavachanam, thank you for the correction. 61103 does not apply. Does not apply. That's the only difference. Apply. Because Swastriyo is not a masculine. So, okay. Similarly, if you to give you a gist of it, the other one like Mata, etc., of course, Titru Shatasru we saw separately. The Matru will decline like the Pitru Shabda, again with the same caveat, same condition. So Matru will decline like will decline like Pitru. Again, except for, yes, I'll just copy that down. Except the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, this doesn't apply because this Matru is not a masculine term. Not a masculine term. Okay, so Dvitiya Bahuvachanam will be, instead of being Pitrun, become Matru. We get Matru. Same, Pratama Purva Savarnaha, but no Tasma Chaso Nafum. See, only so we'll get the form. We don't have to put all the steps down again. This is the same logic before when you do Matru plus Shast, we'll get the form Matru. So that is we apply Pratama Purva Savarnaha, and that's it. And no Tasma Chaso Nafum. See. Okay, so that is the gist of that. Now, one last sutram we put in the document here, which should have come really earlier. We did the Pradivadikam Sarva. We should have mentioned this sutram, which is the, I think we did mention it. We didn't put in the document. I think that's all of the difference. Which is Ajadyatashtav. Ajadyatashtav. Satyatav. Again, we are in the Striyam Adhikara. Starts from 413. This is the very first sutram, Anantaram Sutram. Say that if you have the Ajadigana, or if we have the anything ending in short a, the pratyaya tap has to be put to be used in the feminine. So ajadiyata tap, this is almost like a correction from before, not correction, but we didn't put in the document that time. So when we look at the pratipadikam sarva, so we have to add the pratyaya tap, because the pratipadikam is still only sarva, not sarva. The sarva will be a tabanta shabda rupam, not be the prati. It will be the angam, all the pratyas which come. It will not be the pratipadikam. The pratipadika sanya only comes by the arthabada dhatu pratyaya and krit tadita samasascha. If it's a pratyaya, if it's a pratyayantam shabda rupam, it has to be only krudantam or taditantam. This is neither of them, because this krudantas end with the third chapter of Ashtadhyayi. And Tadita starts from 4176. This is 414. So this entire from Sarva will not get the Pratipadika Sanya. Only Sarva gets Pratipadika Sanya. Yes, thank you, Ravi. Yeah, I made the correction. Vitya Bhavachanam up here. So this will become, so this is 414, which we got the Ajadiyata Shtap. We get the form Sarva. So this is just explaining what we had. So all these long R like Sarva, Rama, Sita, Lata, all of these places you have to do the tap pratyaya. How do we know tap is in there? Because we are applying 6168, halni abhyo dirgha suti se pruktam hal, halni abhyo. That ap must be in there. If the ap is not in there, you cannot use 6168. The very fact that we are getting a form like Lata, Rama, Sita, or Sarva means that we apply 6168, which is not definitely not halantamangam. It's not lisanya, not ni. So it's not ni, it's not hantam, it must be an ap in there. Okay, so this sarva comes from, we have used only akasami dirgha. This is the angam, but it will be angam for the pratyaya which is coming, but this doesn't have the entire sarva doesn't have pratipadika sanya. So I may put this down. I know time is up. Let me wind it up. Let me just mention one last point which might come to your mind. Pratipadika sanya. It's only for sarva. Okay. Now, last question this might come to your mind is that why do you mention the ajadi class? Anything quick, Karthik, Ravi, what do you think? Because aja is ending in shorter itself. So why do you have to say ajadi at the start? Because you can do adantatva tapsyat. That sounds really strange, doesn't it? Because why does Pali have to waste that ajadi at the start when the aja is adanta pratipadika?
Will there be any exception after this?
Yeah, what will happen is that if we didn't have this sutram, then it's a jati vachik shabd. And so word like simha becomes simhi and all that. So there is another sutram which will come later on in this triyam adhikaraha. And that would have made the long E form. And that's when I'll give you the number for that. And that is 4163. Jatehe astri vishayad ayopadhat. So basically that 4163, and we'll stop the class with that. The 4163 would have come. This is not anything to do with right now. This is I'm just mentioning on the side. Because you might think of this question. Where the fact that the aja ends in short, why do you need to mention it? It's an obvious question, isn't it? Because the reason that if the reason is put there to stop, so badhakasya badhanartham. Means you have had something else, and to stop that again put ajadi. So that one is 6163. Jatehe, and the pratyaya will be nish. Astri vishayad, which is not a nitya-stilinga shabda, which basically would sit like a visheshanam going in all three genders. Ayo upadha, which another doesn't have years upadha. But bottom line is jatehe. So this 6163, let's mention that, and we will stop with that. So aja is mentioned, aja etc. are mentioned, aja like words. So it's basically to stop something else in short. Are mentioned in that 414, ajad stop to stop 4163, or maybe there may be some other words in there also, but they may be stopping also something else. So 4163. Basically, we are almost today finished the Ajanta Stilinga Prakaram. I know we're going a little bit fast. We're going to get many examples. So please follow them in the next 2 weeks. Again, we have the Navratri going on. Maybe we can give you some from Devi Mahatmyam in the next 9 days, 8 days. Please follow the examples, and the class is all recorded. So please, listen to it maybe over again. And otherwise, you're going to take 15 years to do Vyakaranam. That's the other side of the story, which is what I'm trying to avoid, is try to get the whole gist of Vyakaranam to you in maybe, plan is maybe 6 years, 5, 6 years. That might be a little bit ambitious. We'll get most of it in that time. So otherwise, you can go too slow, then we stop the class, or we keep going for 15, 20 years. Doesn't make any sense. So we have to go at this pace to be able to cover what we need to cover. Okay. So, Karthik, do you leave anything out, Ravi? Are we okay?
Yes, Satish.
They do most. Yes, I think there are some of the Pratipadikam, there are no new rules that you need. Okay. So we'll get through examples. I think, again, we have not covered every single word, but 90% we have done. Extra details we see in the later on. Okay. So again, happy Navaratri. This is the first session on October 9, 2010, 2:30 to 4 p.m. So, Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhajeya Ramena Viyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramaschadasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bhorama Muddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranamatattuliyam Ramanama Varanane Sri Ramanama Varanana Om Nama Iti. Recording okay?